The number one reason I farted tonight was because instead of me going to Fired Pizza, where I could get good quality ingredients that won't upset my tummy, I went to cheap. Okay, and now so my tummy is like, hey man, you didn't choose good pizza, and you're gonna pay for it.
When I don't mean a word, I get sad, except the fact that I wish it was worse. But breathe easy, 'cause it looks like you'll be okay.
Hey guys, welcome to the barn. This is the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast. We're brought to you by our sponsored Fired. I'm JSDN.
I'm Keith.
I don't have a cool name. I'm just Todd.
And I don't have a cool name either.
Keith is so much cooler than Todd.
You're the only person to ever say that.
And so we've got Chris here in the studio with us. First off, this is a new podcast where it's very self-explanatory. We're a couple of pop punk guys that love pizza, and we're hanging out and talking pop punk life and pizza. And we've got our sponsor from Fired here today, my good buddy Chris. What's going on, Chris?
What's up?
So every episode we're gonna have pizza. This is quite literally going to be a pizza party every episode. It's going to be pretty exciting, and it's pretty awesome to have a sponsor like Chris on to help us out.
This is why I wanted to sit here.
Perfect.
The audience is going nuts.
Yeah, they love it. There's a cat in here. That's just weird.
Yep.
It scared me. Go ahead.
So let's start with our week. How'd the week go for you, Todd?
Well, you know me, my dude. Just selling lots of pot and writing some music. Other than that, I'm retired, man. This is all I'm going to do.
Nice. Keith, how'd things go with you?
Well, I didn't sell any pot this week. I think he took all the customers. I don't know. But it's it's been a good week. I put out a song the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Plug it.
Downswinging, 20/20. Spell it out. It's out there.
Boom.
Boom. Other than that, just living the life.
Yeah, and I just got back from an Avenged Sevenfold concert last night with them and Falling in Reverse and Kim Dracula. It was a pretty damn good show. It was at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater in St. Louis, Maryland Heights, and it was a kick-ass night. Hang out with a really good friend. You know what? As much as I love pop punk, I like other genres too.
Okay,
Man.
I was just curious.
Yeah, dude. We're in all kinds of genres. Just pop punk's the way to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in ones, but just not that one.
I think I'm the perfect balance between pop punk and emo. I think that's my main like.
There's not a lot of difference to me.
One's more sad.
You just
boy.
have to really dig.
There's a lot bigger differences after I got older.
Yeah.
There's like, oh, this is emo. I'm like, oh, I thought this was pop punk. Then I listen to a pop punk song or an emo song. They're like, oh, that's pop punk. I'm like, I don't know, because just like in metal, you have all the subgenres. You got deathcore.
That's it. You break it down.
Yeah, you're breaking it down so much. I'm like, at the end of the day, dude, it's pop punk or emo.
Same. They ride the same bus.
They ride the same bus.
They do ride the same bus.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah,
I like that.
just get.
So of course we mentioned we've got Chris here in the studio too. What's going on, Chris? How's your week been?
My week's been great. We had a sellout day on Friday and just slinging a lot of dough.
Hell yeah, slaying a lot of dough and slaying a lot of. Never mind, your wife works with you. I forgot.
She's pretty thick.
Where's the fire truck going to be next, dude?
Oh gosh, we're at AutoZone tomorrow.
In Farmington?
No, in Deloge with the rolling
okay.
Dumpling pot. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep. We got
What
a
date is
contest. That is the 27th, I believe.
Go check that out.
27th. Yeah, we'll be there 11 to 2:30. We got the rolling dumpling pot with us. We're doing a giveaway right now on our Facebook page.
Okay. You guys go to Food Truck Friday in Farmington a lot too?
Absolutely. We'll be there
Good.
next week. They do it usually the third Friday of every month. Sometimes it changes a bit, but we'll be there next Friday, 11 to hopefully 6. We usually sell out there sometimes as early as 4, sometimes as late as 5:30, 6 o'clock. So,
And for the St. Francis County area people that are listening, definitely go out to the Food Truck Friday. Definitely check out my favorite food truck, which is these guys, and check out any of the food trucks. For the most part, I'm pretty sure all of them are.
Oh, I love
fantastic.
Food Truck Friday.
yeah.
And Food Truck Friday is just a
That's
blast.
always my lunch.
Yeah, there's probably going to be at least 10 to 12, maybe up to 15 trucks there, and slinging some of the best food in St. Francis County.
Hell yeah.
True.
Check out the socials as well. Like you get most of your updates from the Fired Food page. That's how I usually do.
We're at Fired SFC for St. Francis County.
So like if I don't feel like bugging Chris, I usually just go to his page so I don't have to ask him a bunch of questions. So yeah, I mean for the most part, this is our dummy run, our pilot episode. We're just chilling and talking about the things to come. I think we're gonna do some cool things here. We're gonna be hanging out like we are here today with Chris and stuff. We're gonna have other guests on, and then of course we're gonna hang out with some bands and stuff too and have them apart. And we're gonna do band interviews, and we're gonna see how far we can go with this. Let's make it pop punk as fuck.
Yeah, Keith and I were talking about before the show about doing giveaways sometimes from us.
Yeah.
Gift cards, free pizzas, cannolis, sandwiches.
Hell yeah,
That's a good idea,
whatever,
dude.
You know, so maybe once a month we'll hit up that and
that'll work out. Yeah, definitely, because that's like we'd kind of talked about like if there was a possibility of like a discount or something like that. So doing that route is probably an even better deal for both parties.
Yeah, we'll run it on the Facebook page, and we'll just we'll run a contest for followers, and tag your friends and try to get us out there as much as possible, and we'll pick a winner.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Hope it's me.
One thing
Every time.
for people that haven't checked out the Fired Food Truck before, one thing I'd like to throw out there is it's not only the best quality in the area in comparison to the others to me, but there's also some unique qualities to your pizzas. Like you actually dig in and you do some innovative things.
Yeah, I'm a nerd about it.
Yeah.
I'm pizza through and through, and I try to come up with stuff that may not necessarily be pizza, but you'll see it on one of our pizzas, and it'll be absolutely delicious, and we won't put it out.
Your sandwiches are good too.
Yeah,
I think that's something we forget to talk about. But like those sandwiches are really
you
good.
can't sleep on the sandwiches. We
Yeah.
sell them out every week, and sometimes those sandwiches take 2 months before they hit our menu. Just of R&D and figuring out what the best combinations are, and we visit a lot of restaurants just for inspiration.
Right.
I would never copy anybody, but maybe one of their ingredients brings another one to mind or whatever.
Right.
So, we're always looking to be as creative as
I
possible.
mean, as three musicians in here in the room, that's the same way we approach music. We listen to other artists. It's not like we're trying to steal what they're doing. We're just drawing inspiration so that
Art inspires art.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's the same with what you're doing with the food.
Yeah,
And honestly, dude, I think any good pizza place is going to have good sandwiches to kind of go along with it.
Absolutely.
And that's what's really good about you guys is having the quality on both sides to bring, to the whole mineral area too.
for sure.
But also, if you haven't checked out Fired, like for real, you need to. And again, go to the socials and check out the specials each week because, of course, they have the simple, one topping pizzas and things like that.
Build your own.
Right.
Yeah.
But they have a specialty every week. I don't even think I've ever built my own. I think every single time I've tried a new specialty. And this motherfucker has so many specials that rotate in and out that, it's perfect. Like you always get something new when you're searching for something new.
Well, we live by the motto: the more creative you are, the more creative you are.
Yeah.
You are what you practice. If I'm practicing creativity on our pizzas, we're just going to keep coming up with more stuff.
And let me just tell you how dedicated this dude is to pizza. Like, I like to joke that the three of us, me, Todd, and Keith, we bring the pop punk to this podcast, but Chris brings the pizza which physically he does, but also like he's got the passion for it. On his days off and stuff, we'll be shooting texts back and forth. He's like, "Hey, I'm in the truck, trying this new thing or doing inventory." Like Chris works his ass off, and he does it every single day, and he does it for the love of pizza. Even on his days off, he's either doing that or taste testing something to get inspiration. Like pizza is his music,
The love of pizza.
Sure.
Yeah, I will say everybody in the area that you visits the fire truck, ask for green olives so you can start carrying them.
Oh my god! You just wanted to start that debate, didn't you?
Hey, you know
I'll
what?
have a cheese and green olive pizza, please.
I'm as passionate about green olives as Keith is, and if people would buy them, I would absolutely keep them.
Yeah, so
Guess
do me a
I've
favor.
I guess I have never had a green olive.
So we're gonna start
Oh
this.
man,
So we're gonna
Do it.
start this debate then.
Okay.
Me
It's
and
hard
Keith,
to find.
me and Keith yesterday or the day before, it was a couple days ago. We had a debate over pizza toppings, and he brought up green olives being one of his favorite, and I was like, that's probably my least. That's like the most repulsive topping I can possibly think of putting on a pizza.
Olives are just green olives.
Green.
I mean,
He doesn't like olives in general, right?
I mean, I prefer black olives over green olives, and I'll eat a pizza that's got either one on them, but I'm not. No,
don't even think I've
I
seen
don't
a
like
pizza with
either
green
one of them. But if I had to choose,
been
it
a
would
while.
be black olives.
Everybody got rid of them. That's why I'm trying to get everybody to ask
Bring
him
it
for
back.
them. I
I
know.
want my Jinkos. I want my green olives.
Hey, I think we could do
My
it.
Limp Bizkit CD.
I really want to split the. What I really want to do is split the damn room. I love pineapple on pizza. I don't care who says pineapple doesn't belong on pizza. Y'all can
People
go fuck
belong
yourself.
on
It belongs
me,
on
sir.
people too. Yeah,
so
pineapple
I
on
get
me.
the appeal. I get the appeal.
I
love
like
it, man.
it, but like the best pizza is just pepperoni and green olives. Like that's it. You know.
I can't agree that that's the best pizza, but
Well,
that's,
like-
that's definitely a killer combination.
Well, I mean, like you could, other stuff's
Oh,
cool too. But like if I'm just like you had to eat one pizza for the rest of your life, yeah, that's
For
it.
you,
that's
it.
it. That's
Yeah.
it.
And mine would be ham, bacon, pineapple every single time.
Which I like pineapple.
And
Throw some heat on that though.
And so, of course, my favorite pizza with
No.
Fired is the one that me and Chris collaborated on. I had an idea for a pizza based on inspiration from another pizza place that I won't discuss, of different flavor qualities. So I brought him this idea, and he kind of tweaked it and made it his own, and he created the Fiery Hawaiian, and that's my absolute favorite pizza, and I always get that every single time he posts it.
If I remember right, that's what is that? Bacon, chicken, pineapples, jalapeno, and
Crushed red pepper.
crushed red pepper with
Ooh.
mango habanero sauce.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Yeah.
Yes, it is amazing. dude.
Okay, so that sounds even better. I've
So,
not had
so
that.
that,
I have not had
That was
one.
my idea.
The mango habanero sauce
Actually,
just took
and now
it.
that I think about it, you took the crushed red pepper off. That's what you had
yeah,
changed
because
to.
we went with jalapenos
Right,
instead.
right.
Yeah.
And it was definitely the better option.
Now, when you say ham, do you mean ham or do you mean
Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon?
Canadian bacon.
What's the difference though?
Dude, I have no idea.
Well, I think you could have ham in like those little slivers,
I mean,
Or-
I'm not going to lie. I've made frozen pizzas at home and thrown like sandwich meat on the frozen pizzas because
That's
I'm a broke
fucking
bitch,
weird.
so- hey, I've done that with some canned pineapple and just thrown that in. I mean, it's not as good as you're going to get from a restaurant or something, or an actual pizza place, but it's pretty good shit.
I guess I'll say I have added green olives to mine too. So
So
Right?
till Chris gets them.
we had a little bit of a thing last week. We picked up some Pop-Tarts. They had a new flavor out. I don't really like Pop-Tarts. They're kind of bullshit in my opinion.
You've
However-
not had a strawberry one.
No, I've had a strawberry
Okay.
one. Now, for me, there's not enough icing, not enough filling, right?
I get that for
we,
sure.
We grew up poor, though, right? So we didn't even get frosted Pop-Tarts.
Oh,
So what we
yeah.
did was butter on a Pop-Tart. Have you
Okay.
ever had butter on
I've
a Pop-Tart?
heard that, but
heard
I've
it's
never
so
done it.
effing
I
good.
actually have.
There's a Family Guy song.
There is. That's what I'm.
Yes,
Really?
yes.
I have,
never
but it's
had-
not
I've
my
never had
favorite,
the
but
butter
I
on a
love the.
Pop-Tart.
I still like it. I get the appeal.
Yeah, it's definitely killer.
I've heard. I've never done it, and I feel like this is just a mess. But
Honestly, though, I'm just not
Go.
much of like a dessert person, so like Pop Tarts
Well, that's
in general
breakfast.
aren't my go-to.
it's breakfast.
Well,
it's
Pop
breakfast.
Tart is still like the same. Okay, you're gonna start more
breakfast.
fights. It's basically like a little fudge brownie or like a
No,
cookie.
no,
it's
no,
a
no,
dessert.
no, no.
It's
It's definitely a
pastry.
dessert.
It's a
It-
pastry,
but-
but it's a dessert.
Listen,
And like
I'm
pastries
agreeing.
and
It's a
stuff.
breakfast food. Now, not to say I won't eat it when I'm super high, at any time, but like a brownie,
Yeah.
like a cosmic brownie.
that could be breakfast
Nutty
too.
Buddy,
That could also be breakfast.
zebra cake. Like those are still like chocolate. That's like nighttime
See,
stuff for me. But like
I
toast strudels.
I think those for breakfast too.
See, I'm just not big on
Yeah, it's-
on like dessert like junk foods. Like
What
every
up?
now and then I'll have ice cream or chocolate or something.
Christmas tree
But like
cakes.
even growing
Ooh,
up,
yeah.
I never
That's
had
good
like
breakfast
my own
too.
birthday cakes.
You
I'm
can give me
fat.
your birthday cakes.
I'm fat, but the reason I'm fat is because I eat every fucking thing else. It's not because of the desserts and stuff. I'm just not a fan of it.
But how about pancakes with blueberries? Is that a dessert or is that a breakfast?
That's
item?
breakfast.
That's
That's
both.
breakfast.
breakfast.
Okay, so
I'd say hold the blueberries though.
but how's that? I just wanted to add a fruit, a sweet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, so
I'd rather waffle over pancake though.
absolutely. But how does
You
that
deserve
I'd
waffles?
how does that differ from a Pop-Tart?
Chocolate chip waffles.
I don't think it does.
Okay, it doesn't differ from a Pop-Tart. What do you feel about that?
No, that's all breakfast food. We're talking
Yeah.
all
so,
breakfast.
So they're all breakfast, not considered dessert.
But also,
So that's where I cross the line is when you start talking about like the cosmic brownies, nutty bars, things like that. No,
Those are
man, that's
those are
desserts.
still breakfast.
that-
Now those are definitely. I'm in a pinch. Let's get out the door.
Sure,
Let's
yeah.
grab, hey,
grab
dude, Dad, I don't have breakfast. Grab a zebra cake.
That's what I tell my kid. I get in
quick
trouble
dad
for that.
response
But
to breakfast.
I
Yeah.
think I'm kind of. I guess. Well, and Keith's gonna automatically have something to say.
Probably.
I think I'm pretty fucking weird. I guess.
Oh, yeah,
then,
for sure.
because- Fuck you, Keith.
So this just turned into a food show.
yeah.
yeah. Right. Well, I mean, we
Next week, live.
haven't got the
Justin eats a
whole-
Pop Tart.
part.
Oh, we're gonna have
opinion.
buttered Pop Tarts next week.
Yes,
too.
it's, pizza.
That'll be our
Party.
dessert.
But like the thing that I'm not big on breakfast. Well, I like breakfast foods. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying. It's not that I'm not big on breakfast foods. I just don't think that there should be a breakfast category of foods. Breakfast items. I want to be able to eat at dinner. I want to be able to have dinner foods for breakfast.
So
I
you-
just don't give a shit.
So you're not in like breakfast. You're in like breakfast core. You're into like you're into all the
Breakfast core.
genres of breakfast. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm into waffle core.
waffle.
Waffle core.
Yeah, waffle core is real good.
I like crab rangoon core.
Oh, I
I've been trying
don't.
to figure that out on a pizza still.
Really,
Crab
crab
rangoon
rangoon?
pizza? Yeah.
Probably won't buy that one.
Cream cheese
You know what? We
dressing.
we put
or
cream
sauce,
cheese.
what are they
We put
called?
cream cheese on a lot of pizzas,
I like cream cheese.
and it's fucking
Yeah.
killer.
Get a garlic and butter.
I'm gonna get with you later. I'm already starting to get some wheels turning.
You
on
got some ideas?
Yeah.
Nice.
I shoot him ideas for pizzas all the time. Most of the time, I don't have the schematics figured out on how he could possibly do it. So most of them are like, he's like, yeah, that sounds good, but we can't do that. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot of logistics, and with those oven temperatures so hot, it's
like-
you burn a lot of stuff.
We were just talking about the other day.
I'd make a
it
loaded
was
mashed
an
potato one.
apple pie pizza.
Pop Tart pizza. You
Hey,
can make your
Pop-Tart
own
pizza.
filling,
Did
your
you just
own-
say the loaded mashed potato?
That was me.
No,
Oh, that was you. We
Yeah.
do a loaded baked potato pizza.
He does.
See, I have not seen that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets crushed hash browns on it.
Okay,
It's good shit.
perfect. So it was.
Sour cream, green onion, bacon.
God, that sounds
cheddar,
awesome.
Mozzarella, and with a white garlic sauce.
I'm gonna have to get that one.
And so, guys,
For
like
sure.
one of the segments we're gonna end up doing is I've always, since me and Chris kind of became friends over his business, me being a customer for a while, and I've always given him honest reviews and stuff. We're gonna start doing that on the podcast. Of course, we're not going to today because one, we're not trying a new pizza today, and two, we've already been doing that.
already spent 10 minutes talking about pizza.
Right, we've been talking about food this whole time, so that will end up being a segment, just not yet.
So yeah, I mean, let's talk about some pop punk, Justin.
Yeah, dude, let's do it. Okay, favorite bands.
Oh,
Favorite
Newfound Glory.
pop punk bands. Yeah, I knew he was gonna say
Just
that.
one. I can go on a whole list.
Top 5.
Top 5. Man, Newfound Glory, Yellow Card, Census Fail,
Good ones.
Alistair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. More old school that.
Right.
Yeah, Alistair's up there. The Wonder Years is in there.
Okay.
I don't. Is that 5?
Yeah, I thought you were for sure.
Starting
were.
line's up there too.
If you was throwing in Wonder Years, I kind of thought you was gonna throw in Hot Mulligan too.
Get Up Kids are up there. I could go. My list is really long,
Right.
but
I think
Yeah.
I'm kind of more on the emo side of pop punk than anything, but I like all of those bands, but Newfound Glory.
how do you not like Newfound
do you
Glory?
not-
I used to
like
be a
Newfound
Newfound Glory
Glory,
fan.
dude.
I just I
Greatest band in the world.
I
never
don't know
said-
about that.
Yeah, it's true. It's
never
true.
said me.
I've checked resources.
Nice
It's-
guys too, man.
Yeah.
It
Greatest
just
band for singing through their nose.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
hey,
whoa.
Keith's the king of that.
Okay, then Keith's
There's
band
been
is
a
the
murder.
greatest band for singing through their nose.
See, so like I'm more on like the emo side. So like with mine, I'd have to say like, of course, you probably can already guess that like mine's Fall Out Boy,
Oh yeah, old stuff's good.
Panic at the Disco. I like the old and the new stuff though.
Yeah, the old stuff's
I
good.
mean, the old stuff's way fucking better, but I still
Oh, Take
I
This
like
to Your Grave is one of the top
I
albums.
like the
ever.
whole
Take This to
that
Your
stadium
Grave.
rock vibe and stuff too. I just don't like it as much as the old stuff.
Okay, you're
is,
gonna hear me say.
Quick question: is Brand New considered in that?
Oh, Brand New.
Yes.
I don't
their
know.
first album with the not Dejan Tendu. The
Your
one right
favorite
before
weapon?
that. Yeah, with
That's
the
it, right?
Weapon.
Yeah.
The shower scene and
Yeah.
You just tell all the English boys.
yeah. Jude Law.
In a semester
Jude
abroad.
Law, yeah.
Dude, that album was so good, and then they got so weird on the second album.
So
and then they started going off that deep end. I guess I don't know indie. Do you call
I
it indie?
agree, but man,
Yeah.
and at
Not that it's
first,
bad.
yeah,
It's
at
just-
first I was
it's
like, what
not
the fuck
pop
are they doing?
Right.
And then I was like, this shit's really good, but I don't think we're supposed to like them anymore. Jesse Lacey
yeah, 'cause
thing.
the singer
Yeah.
and the Chomo
Yeah.
was Lost Prophets, same thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the
that
singer
one's-
from
Lost Prophets.
The
that
guy
was the
from Brand New,
worst.
is it Chomo?
Yeah, he's a Chomo.
Oh,
he was allegedly grooming.
Well, that's what I heard. Like a lot of Deja Tendu was about his like Sick Trance and Gloria was
Yeah.
or some of those
So,
songs.
yeah,
were
you
about,
could
like, him
definitely-
being, like, a pedophile and like being weird and being still a virgin and all this other stuff.
Yeah, and then I like Neck Deep. I like some of the.
I don't like deep.
Of course, I'm always gonna love Blink. I'm always
Blink,
gonna love
yes.
like Boxcar Racer and Angels and Airwaves.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Anything that Tom DeLonge does is just
Yeah.
amazing. I've always said that Tom DeLonge is like one of my biggest influences, not just in music, just because like. The dude's got his own unique style on guitar and his
does.
voice, but also just like his business and the aliens.
Dude's smart
and
as
everything.
shit.
Yeah,
like, he is
absolutely.
like. I just watched some interviews, like talk about tone and shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's huge inspiration. Just like
Absolutely.
I bought a bunch
You've
of
got the
pedals after
YouTube
watching
thing,
that.
In Pursuit of Tone or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
one.
that was,
Oh,
like,
that is
documentary.
And of course,
one
like
of
I
the
follow all the Tube
greatest
Star
things I've
stuff.
seen. Yeah, that
Right.
was it's real good. Tom DeLonge's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So you only had a few in there that I wouldn't agree with. but that's
Mayday Parade, that's another
Fantastic,
one. Love
yeah.
fucking Mayday Parade.
good. Do you?
This is
Yeah.
this is where you young whippersnappers start talking your bands.
This is a band I bet
Mayday.
neither one of you guys even know about. that
Mayday
I
has
think
been around since like 06 or something like that.
yeah.
I've got a.
That's,
Oh, if
Yep,
you think
you're
that's
right.
new, I've got a newer band that is like one of my favorite right now that I bet neither one of you probably have heard of is Magnolia Park.
I've heard of them on TikTok.
Oh, they're not like legend worthy yet, but they're gonna be. There's no doubt in my mind they will be. They've probably got a good solid like 10 to 15,000.
They blew up pretty fast
followers.
with that,
Absolutely.
with that TikTok
TikTok
stuff.
definitely did it. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's
I haven't
definitely-
I haven't checked them out really, but like I've heard the clips and I'm like, that didn't sound bad, but I
I-
just haven't dove.
It's kind of like the perfect mix of pop punk, but also throwing like metalcore and like trap into the same.
You say
which-
trap or trap?
Trap,
Okay,
Trap.
better.
like trap.
Strong to take.
And
Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about.
when
I was like, they just say headstrong.
When I say mixing pop punk and metalcore and trap, on the surface, you're probably like, yeah, that sounds fucking terrible. I'm telling you,
I don't even know what trap is.
It's like a subgenre
It's
of
like a lot of hi hats, isn't it?
rap music.
A lot of hi hats.
Yeah, it's like a new age rap. It like
that.
dancey
I
rap
have a lot of low hats.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
This ain't the. I don't know. I don't know that much. I just know that it's a trap style.
When I hear it, I know it, but I don't know.
You-
I could be confused too.
Hey man,
I don't know.
I'm trapped now. I'm intrigued. You caught me.
Well, it worked.
Right.
Hold on.
Fucking Keith.
Anybody Taking Back Sunday fans?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh
Absolutely.
well.
Well, see, here's the thing.
So I was.
You
They
was?
used to be so good.
So-
that new stuff's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want. That's mean.
Tom DeLonge first
Terrible.
directed. That's where he got his directing debut, if I don't believe, because he directed the music video for "This Photograph Is Proof." I know you
Really?
know.
Oh yeah. So hot take.
Is that the
Fred
one
is a
with
better
Fred?
member.
No, that's your So
say-
Last
yeah,
Summer.
I can agree with that.
So
Their best album was with Fred and
Yes.
not John Nolan.
you like,
like the
their
first one,
you
right?
like their did you like their second album?
second
with
album? I
A
thought
Decade Under the Influence
Yeah.
is my
Yeah.
all-time favorite Taking Back Sunday song.
was a good one.
My favorite album will always be Tell All Your Friends.
I think it hits a nostalgia way, but I think the way they did. What was it called? Where You Want to Be?
Where You Want to Be.
Yeah, that was the way they did that one. Man, I just thought that was, and then Fred adds a different element to it. That I think that right there was the way. That was the way.
I was a huge fan of the music videos too. They had the best music videos.
Yeah.
They had the Fight Club one.
Yeah.
They had the-
Hey, we don't
Yeah.
talk about that.
Yeah, I know. But, then they had the Flavor Flav one.
Yeah, the Flavor Flav. That was
You're so last-
yep.
And then
Great
there was an-
Romances of the 20th Century is
Yes.
my
Good one.
second favorite Taking Back Sunday song and one of the
Oh,
most
that-
underrated videos.
That album from front to back is great.
Purely Hype. Timberwolves at New Jersey.
Yes,
Amazing.
Like that's a great,
I got the mic and
yeah.
you got the mosh pit. Like
Yes.
just
Yeah, dude.
great starter song for any concert. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that it just gets you going.
yeah, I would agree. for sure. That's such a good one, man. Taking Back Sunday used to be so good.
I think I'm just like really big into bands that
but-
have like dual vocalists.
Well, like
just because like I
do
came
too.
into music being a dual vocalist, like with when me and Lucas from Skylines the Limit used to do A Part of Heart, like that's like how we grew up doing things, like both being the lead singers. We both loved Mayday Parade. We loved Taking Back Sunday. I got really big into Our Last Night, which isn't too pop punk. They have a few songs that are kind of pop punk,
Yeah.
but they're more like alternative metal. But I really love that band too.
I love the vocals, and Taking Back Sunday was great at Hidden in Plain View. One of the better ones that way. Just Surrender, who's coming
Yeah.
back, which I'm very excited for. Just Surrender is great.
Yeah.
But back to the Taking Back Sunday real quick. Straight Light Run was the best thing John Nolan ever did.
Hell yeah.
That's so good.
Existentialism on prom night. Like
Yeah, just all of it. Even the other albums like that didn't get attention. So good. So
Todd,
good.
your
dog.
your favorites.
Oh man, Blink's obviously going to take the cake.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm a blinker. Have been
You better
since
check that fluid.
my blinker fluid doesn't run out. I'm always moist over here, Justin.
Ooh.
I've been a Blink fan since the '90s. I don't know, dude. I grew up during like Slick Shoes, Bad Religion, Pennywise, a lot of
Yeah.
those early '90s, late '80s kinds of bands.
That's what
Me
got
First
me.
and the Gimme Gimmes are so good. You know, like a lot of ska too. But I don't know, dude.
Oh, dude, I love ska.
I love Scott too.
Man.
Especially, I
The
think
Interrupters are. I wouldn't know say they're newer, but they're
I
one
like
of
the
Oh,
Interrupters.
they're so good.
I think whenever I think of ska the most,
Old
like
school Rancid.
the band
Rancid,
that
I
I
was gonna
love the
say
most
Rancid.
is Goldfinger.
Okay.
I absolutely love
John
Goldfinger
Goldfinger's
Feldman.
great.
because I think a lot of like ska punk bands, I think they
Sound the same?
yes, and also some of those bands also do pop punk and other forms of punk music. But like when I listen to Goldfinger, I feel like I'm listening to pop punk and ska at the same time.
I think
feel
them
that way
Like
with,
they blend that
and
shit
Less Than
perfectly.
Jake.
With Less Than
Less
Jake.
Than
too, with
Jake, I think,
Surrender, or she's
does.
gonna
Yeah.
break soon.
Yeah, just that.
You get the
all
pop
of that.
punk
Yeah,
feel.
yeah. I think.
No Doubt used to kind of be
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of ska-ish. They
That's
had
true.
the trumpet.
Well, hell, even the Urge has done ska.
yeah.
I forgot about that.
I can
Yeah,
take
dude.
ska a little bit, but like just too much is just
like Real
it's-
Big Fish.
so like.
Yeah.
I think about Real Big Fish, the
They were in
Boston's,
basketball,
like the
too.
big
They were in
one.
that movie.
Like I wouldn't be able to tell you which song was which because like I feel like if they're so close, and it's probably because I didn't dive into ska. You know, if you see
You
a
don't gotta dive into it. It's just
well, like
you gotta just like, hey, it's ska. It's
Yeah,
who
yeah.
is it? It doesn't matter. It's a good time.
But you know how like you know how people who don't listen to a genre they'll be like, "Yeah, all sounds the same." And I maybe that's my way with ska because it's like, it's just up strums.
You
and,
nailed every song right there.
Exactly. That's what I think.
That was literally every
Right?
ska song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, me and Todd are actually kind of starting our own band, and so like we write songs and stuff together, and like one of those styles that I've mentioned to him that I want to capture. I don't want to do it like all the time. I don't want to be just a ska band, but I definitely want to do like a couple ska
So I-
songs.
Oh, we can have a hidden ska track.
I think
that'd be cool. Like just mixing it in. Like if you mix it in, it's awesome.
Yeah,
But,
I
like-
mean, I wouldn't want to dedicate ska
Yeah.
permanently, but I would love to do.
I lay down my sword for ska. I dedicate my life.
But
Reference a movie when we were talking about Real Big Fish.
Yes, Basketball.
Basketball.
That was
So,
the movie that they were in.
basketball.
My daughter's favorite movie.
It's a great movie.
She's 14, so maybe a little bit.
amazing movie.
Yes, amazing movie. But that's what made me think of them. Was we
Okay.
just watched that the other day.
Yeah.
And I mean that movie holds up so well.
It's such an underrated movie.
Oh, yeah.
That people didn't appreciate back in the '90s, but man,
Definitely a cult
it was
classic.
it was so good.
I'll still pay $3.99 on Amazon to watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch it again because I probably haven't seen it since I was in high school, which
Dude.
was
Such
a
a
couple
good
years
movie.
ago.
I keep forgetting that I'm the baby here.
You are, yeah.
Wait, hold on. So Todd, how old are you?
37.
37. I'm 36. I'll be 37 in 2 months.
I just broke into the 36.
Yeah, and I'm 28, so I'm the baby.
So,
baby.
hey, I'm the second youngest one here. This is nice.
Yeah, you're not grandpa
I-
this time.
I figured I would be, honestly.
I
didn't
figured
know.
I figured I'd be the oldest one here.
So let's go over like our music histories and stuff, since this is like an episode where, I mean, we're hanging out with Chris and stuff, but like it's mainly just us. Like, let's talk about ourselves because people are gonna want to know about us. Like, Keith, what are the projects you've been involved in, and what are you currently involved in?
The Cinema Story was probably my biggest project. That took up. Well, I mean, we never really broke up, so I mean, I guess we're still together. That works, right?
You're in hiatus.
Yeah. So, I mean, been doing that for, I want to say 2013 was our first show together.
Because you started right before A Part of Heart did.
Yeah, I think so. So, doing that for, 10 years? Oh, my God. 10 years.
It has been
a couple
10
months ago was our first show at Foo Bar. And then shortly after that, some of the guys just wanted to do some different stuff, so I started a side project down Swinging. And that's what I'm still doing. And then I've revamped some old Cinema Story songs and put them on, and on like Spotify and shit like that. Yeah, so you can stream some of those. I broke into different styles. I was listening to a lot of country and like Americana stuff that I was like, ooh, I kind of want to do some stuff like this. So I just revamped some Cinema Story songs, and those are all out. But that's it. I mean, been a music fan forever, and still doing it. I'll probably always do it.
Right.
If anybody's out there, Cinema Story, Down Swinging, Keith Hafner.
Damn.
Yeah.
Todd, what have you been involved in? And, well, you're not really involved in anything else besides my
Stuff
project
with
with you that we don't really have a name for yet. But
Barnacle Boy. That's what you should
Geez,
call it.
I was in a bunch of high school bands when I was in high school, but nothing really took off until I started a band called Ashes of Adrian.
which I grew up listening to myself.
Which we got pretty far, a few record label offers and got to go on tour and everything. So that was pretty cool. Then from that, there was Requiem for a Dream, which
Still love that shit.
album's actually on YouTube, and our Christmas song is on YouTube.
I haven't heard the Christmas song.
It's on there.
I'm going there immediately after we leave here.
Just remember that whole album was on YouTube. Dude, what's funny is I don't even know who posted it. I'm just like, someone put my
It
album
was
on
probably
there.
Jake, to be honest with you.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Requiem did pretty good. We got to go out to Los Angeles a few times. Got to play the Whiskey a Go Go. That was pretty dope.
Played Potterino's a ton.
Oh yeah, dude.
I miss that place.
Other than that, man, just been kind of working on. I'm working on a few things. My main focus is that thing I got with you, and then I'm working on like a Deep Space Explorer soundtrack.
Which
It's going to be more like kind of nature, post rock. I guess that's what people call it. I'm working on a synthwave album. I'm also working on a space rock opera.
hell yeah.
I'm working on a lot.
cool.
I got my photography and video business I'm trying to do as well with the studio and running Deep Space Studios and all that jazz. But on top of working full time being a dad, here I am.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think Chris is...
Music, big fan. I listen to it a lot. That's it.
I was just addressing...
you feed.
Chris, you want to start a band?
So you feed the musicians, my
Who
dude.
am I talking to?
Yeah, me. You want to start a
We all have
band?
headphones on.
I
need to have
would probably
headphones
be
on?
no use to you, but sure.
What? You dance?
No, you don't.
I can dance.
Well, so
Should have some over there somewhere.
you can do something. Yeah, they're right there.
Oh,
Yeah, I was wondering why you weren't wearing those, but that's
I didn't
fine.
know that.
Hey, you're
I
doing a
just
good
noticed
job
that you all were
without.
wearing headphones.
I'm a killer on the megaphone.
Oh, there we go.
Hype man, all day.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You don't see hype men and pop punks. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, man. With me, like, musically in the past, I grew up, like I said, I grew up listening to Ashes of Adrian. My very first band, A Wedding for a Funeral, we tried to do like a metal thing, but we sounded more like a really shitty MCR, My Chemical Romance sound.
So the same.
But like my guitar fuck you. I love My Chemical Romance. But anyway, so our guitar player Brady, he actually grew up learning to play guitar from Todd's other
I know
guitar
Brady.
player.
Yeah.
And, Todd's other guitar player in Ashes of Adrian was a guitar instructor. He taught Brady how to play. So he had like all of the material. We basically grew up doing Ashes of Adrian covers. That's how we learned how to play music together. So I always listen to Ashes of Adrian.
Yeah, I remember you guys playing a show, and I was like, I know this song.
That was actually their other project that I wasn't in.
Oh, was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
that was.
excuse me, sorry.
No, you're good. That was One Last Toast.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
The band, but anyway, I started with Wedding for a Funeral, which was that project. It was it was definitely more of a friendship than it was a band, and it was a very important part of my time as a young lad. Anyway, that ended up turning into the love for pop punk. I've always loved pop punk, and I was always leaning that way anyway. And then me and the guys, basically the same members of Wedding for a Funeral, decided to go to the pop punk side, and we never turned back, and we did a Part of Heart. We did that about the same time that Keith was doing the Cinema Story stuff, so it just made sense that Farmington area, we didn't really have many pop punk bands together, so we just played a shitload of shows together, and that's actually kind of how we came up with the idea of this podcast. Was we always played shows together, and a lot of the times we'd chip in and have pizza, and fucking at shows we'd have pizza and talking about life and shit. So we decided we're gonna do the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast, and here we are. Other things that I'm involved in, of course, I'm working on this music with Todd. We don't have a name set on yet, or even
Barnacle
other
Boy.
members, but we're working on it. Barnacle Boy.
It's going to stick.
We're working on that. I
Mermaid
am.
Man and Barnacle Boy.
Pepperoni and the green olive.
You guys
Ooh,
have.
I like it.
You're the pepperoni.
Fuck you. You guys have seen me on other podcasts here at the barn. I've been on I've been on once on the Barnes Made podcast, as well as Vulgar Display of Podcast, and I have recently hosted a lot and will continue to host a lot on the Midwest Mixtape podcast. This will be my main home now, though. And then, of course, I'm also involved with Beyond FM, which is the best of everything STL in St. Louis. It's an internet radio station that promotes all of the local scene. And outside of that, I do solo stuff, but I'm more focused on the band than anything, I think, because I'm just more of a band guy. For the most part, I've been playing solo shows, but I've really just been filling in when like, I'm asked to fill in for an opener that backs out or something, then I just usually do that. And then, of course, Keith is the founder of Notes for Hope, and I've recently started working with Keith on Notes for Hope as well, which you want to talk about Notes for Hope for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about Notes for Hope. So I started that in 2014. So like, basically, the Cinema Story was playing a bunch of shows, and we were able to go to St. Louis really to play anything, and which was cool because we got a lot of really cool shows there. But we were like, hey, my parents wouldn't drive that far or anything like that, or didn't want to. So I'm like, hey, let's have a hometown show, and then I'm like, let's do something with it. So that's where the spark came from, and then they were like, hey, this is let's do this and let's raise money and donate it to suicide awareness. So back in the day, that used to be To Write Love on Our Arms was the big deal,
Right.
and found out they were still going, and that's where we donated our first bit from, and second actually. And then we were like, Long Haul, used to watch shows there all the time.
Right.
Never got to play it until then. So we were able to get that venue, and it was like bringing it back to the old days, to the Todd days.
To the Todd.
But
Back in the Civil War, we had music was so different. Okay.
but no, yeah, we're closing age, but he got started way earlier than I did. But anyway, so we did a Long Haul the first 2 years, and then we were still doing some more, and we just made it a thing, and I had the reins on that already. Like it presented by the Cinema Story, but basically me and my wife had come up with it through that, and then did those. I think we took a year off because I was like, let's do Rock the Vote because the election was coming up, and I thought that was a really important thing to do. So we did that at Pops one year, and then when we came back 2020, that was a weird one because of COVID and stuff. And then we instead of just we were like, you know what, let's put that money into the community. So in 2022, I think was our first year that we were our own nonprofit, and basically last year, not the one that just happened, the one previously, we didn't make any money, so we couldn't really put anything towards it. I actually lost a bunch, but that was the thing. We wanted to keep it in the community and help out like us. You know, we could send it to those companies, and they're doing great. Those organizations, Hope for the Day, to Write Love on Our Arms are the ones we used in the Presbyterian home. But I just felt like the other thing was growing up, having issues, whatever. It was always like church was the way to go.
Right.
And I was like, not everybody needs that. It's good for some people, but we wanted to do something else. So we've got so many projects we're trying to launch because we now have some money to do stuff. We gave away a guitar. That was one of the coolest things I've done.
Is this your 10th year of it?
This
was 8.
This was 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 14 was when we started, but then we took a year. So but we gave away the guitar. It was so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then we've got another one to do too. We're gonna give away. And then just hopefully doing more things for like having a place for kids to go with music. Hopefully doing some emo nights and stuff like that where kids can do.
Talking about that.
Yeah, got to get that locked down, but that's something I want to start doing with it. And then we have a raffle going online, which this blows my mind. So there's a raffle. The barn donated a couple vinyls. One is Silverstein's "Discovering the Waterfront."
Great album.
Vinyl, yeah. It's we have it for a raffle online for like $1 a ticket, and I don't have any entries yet. So
Crazy.
that's crazy because it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It might be their best album too.
Yeah.
It's-
Such a good album.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Discovering the Waterfront was so good.
Yeah. So like that's for free essentially, right?
Right.
We got some more that we'll do after that. But man, go do that. Go to our Facebook page, Notes for Hope, and go enter that raffle because shit, I want it. But
So like my history with Notes for Hope, like I've always been in and out of playing and just volunteering.
you played the first one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, and so like, and I've
I think
volunteered time and stuff.
Did you kick off the very first one?
I did. Yeah, a part of Heart did.
So you were the very first Notes for Hope artist, if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
The very first. Look at that. We got royalty in the room.
Hell yeah. So like I was always doing that, and I was always volunteering, doing other stuff for Notes for Hope when I could. And of course, mental health is such a big thing to me. I've survived my own suicide attempt, and I've been struggling for my survival my whole entire life. And I think I've made a major turnaround since that suicide attempt in my teenage years. And so like it's such an important thing to me that this year I finally decided I wanted to go all in on it, and Keith was gracious enough to bring me in as a official member. So I am now your media contact, you said.
Yeah, he is.
Media contact guy.
Media contact guy is his official name on the website.
All right. Chris is going to take off. He's got to get going. He's got
you guys.
family life to do and pizza
All right,
things to
Chris.
see.
Good to see you, man.
Appreciate you coming in, my dude.
And we'll just keep on rolling and talk more about the fun.
Green olives.
That cat has tripped me so many times.
Green olives, man.
Fuck them green olives.
Chris just tripped 3 times leaving.
So also another thing that we're kind of experimenting with right now is we haven't had too many video capabilities in the barn studio across any of the podcasts. And Todd, being the photographer and videographer that he is, bringing him on to the podcast, I was like, I want to try to utilize that skill and let's make a visual podcast, and let's try to bring that capability and get us a fund and stuff.
I'm going to try to remember that farting live is heard, but I'll probably forget and just continue to do it.
Nice. So another thing that can be expected on future episodes is, like I kind of briefly mentioned earlier, is we're going to have rotating members of the show. Like we're the 3 core members, but we're going to have other people like Chris coming in and hanging out pretty regularly. I think Lucas he's very interested.
Yeah. If your band's interested, hit us up.
Yeah, and then
Or,
that's another
anybody
thing
that is.
not just like rotating hosts or personality, whatever you want to call it, a crew member. Instead of just a rotating member each time, we're also going to have guests that are just pop punk fans as well as music industry people, and then we're gonna, of course, have bands, pop punk bands on as well, and we'll do interviews and
Yeah, anyone's welcome.
yeah. I mean, pretty much. I want to try to like keep it a little bit in the theme.
No,
but at the
anybody's
same time,
welcome.
Honestly, anybody's pop punk.
Anybody can be.
We're all pop
Yeah.
punk here, man.
Hey,
Yeah,
if
man.
they're not, we can convince them to be.
They
Well,
will.
you probably shouldn't because you got some bad taste, but
You will be. You will be.
yeah. So
Yeah, man.
this was the pilot episode of the Pop Punk Pizza Party podcast.
Friends, episode 1.
We don't even know if this is gonna air, but maybe
We should air it.
maybe we
Screw
will
it.
air it. Catch you guys next
Thanks,
time.
guys. We'll see you tonight. Or
We'll see you next time.
we'll see you next time. Have a good night.